Well, folks, as you can see, I have Valentine with me again today. And the title for today, where we're going to start, we're actually going to cover more subjects than just one, but we're going to start about the Earth erupting on the big island of Hawaii, and then maybe get into a few other things. So, Valentine, please take it away.
Wonderful, Ron. Wonderful to see you. Aloha to everyone. And we send our blessings ahead here. I want to be a voice to help out in the Big Island because in Puna, the people say, we don't have a voice here. We're left stranded here with 50,000 people that are stranded with a volcano, what they call, you want to look up, it's called Pele. Pele, the fire goddess. So this fire goddess is going from 25 miles to from 25 miles, just to start with, to get to the town, has interrupted. It's called the Leilani Estates. 50,000 people been affected. And there's 200 cars trying to get into their homes. 36 buildings were destroyed. That's on day 6. We're on like day 12 right now, or 10 to 12 going on this week, right? And the last one, just so you know, in 1955, Pele opened up and everything on the Big Island, the fire goddess, 88 days, Ron. That's why I said it was such an urgency, because all the networks got in, flying in from CBS, NBC. They're all covering this worldwide. You know, internationally, people are speaking about it, the Big Island. But not only the Big Islands are being affected, it affected Oahu. Earthquake, we had a 5.3. Then a 6.9. When the 6.9 reached, it hit Maui, where I'm at, where it's called Eel Valley, and my driver comes to get me. I'm down in, I'm down about an hour away from my home. You know, I'm at the Fairmont over there, right? And I'm helping people on an emergency, and I go, and the driver goes, "Oh, you know, my sister just told me, and the family." That in they heard the shaking in the house in Maui from a 6.9 earthquake from the Big Island.
That's a big earthquake, a 7.0. It's almost a 7.0 earthquake.
Yes. So, but now what they're expecting now, because of that 88 days that happened in 1955, now the media and everything, Hawaiian news, you'll see Hawaiian news now, all the channels, people will be seeing on the major news networks, are saying that we're in for another earthquake, and they're putting people in fear about a tsunami right now. And people are going, well, what could I do? You know, I mean, they believe a tsunami is going to happen because the trades are up now this weekend. And if it keeps blowing and it opens up an earthquake even down below, let me explain to you a little bit about, they call the earthquake opened up for the lava that's flowing. They're called fissures. Now, fissures, just consider an example, a hose, and you punch in. It started with, I think it started with 5, then it went to 10 holes. Now this is all shooting up in the sky, right? 10 holes are shooting up as big as the Statue of Liberty, 330 feet high. That I couldn't believe it when they told when it said it. It said here higher, 330 feet. The lava is shooting up. Now it's 15 fissures, which are holes in the lava. All at once, the pressure is building and building and going up and up over the Statue of Liberty. That's how much the lava is shooting out.
Wow.
So you could imagine, you know, that's quite some, eruption going on, you know? I mean, that was unbelievable. So on, you know, say KITV, you'll see Island News. And I mentioned about 2 miles long, the lava is flowing, and it's going towards a geothermal plant. And if they don't remove the gases, which they were having a hard time until they got the report that they got to do it, they didn't want to respond to the media or anything because they didn't want to remove it. It would take days. Well, the governor stepped in, Ingi, right? Governor Ingi, I-N-G, and he goes, hey, look, you know, you got to remove this and everything. We're talking about 60,000 propane tanks. And he said, if that hits it, and because it's heading in that direction to 2 miles, it'll be like a bomb went off. I mean, you know, it'll desecrate the island, you know, big time, you know? And then it said explosion several days. Well, they wouldn't take heed to it because they knew it would take a long time to get all this propane out. They didn't want to do it. They wouldn't respond, but they were forced to do it. The National Guard's in. I don't know if you know, the National Guard's in, and they only allow people in their homes and that's all they have. They don't have anything else. They're in the shelters and everything right now. That's why they said that no one in the media is saying they're saying we don't have a voice. No one can really hear us that this is going on in the Big Island. Hopefully I can help out in some way that people understand, like the iron workers unions giving like $41,000 as a donation. They want people to top it because they want people to help these people. The communities are all coming together to help. Food's like pouring in, water's pouring in, but they want to actually bring a shipping container to have all set to bring over to the Big Island that everyone's contributing throughout all the islands, and whoever would like to, they want to send it over and help the people. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we have major disasters like this, the disasters always bring out people's response to help each other and stuff. I wish we could keep that going when there is no disaster. I mean, it would make big changes for the world.
Yes. And I'm totally in agreement with you, Ron. And I believe that that's what we need to go in that direction, what you said. I believe that we will go in that direction by these events happening, like you said. They shouldn't have to happen, like you said. Like, they said there's 36 wells underneath the lavas. If that blows, it says 7,000 square feet down that this thermal plant that's in the way. They believe, if you look up Pele, that she is mad because people have been, the spirit of the land is upset. And they can look up about the two sisters. The two sisters that are involved with this fire goddess in the spirit world land on the land are not happy what she's doing. She's clearing everybody out that puts any kind of builds on the lava. She just keeps erupting. That's what they call the Pele, the fire god. It'll just keep erupting. And obviously it's disturbing her on the land, but the two sisters are trying to say in the spirit, it's fine. People are building, they have to have a life. And she's like, no, I'm in charge of this land and I'm moving through it, like fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii is interesting because it's not on one of the tectonic plates, and yet there's all this volcano action and stuff like that in the middle of one of the big. It's not on the edges of the plates where they're coming together. So I mean, it's a mystery in that respect.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but I'm not sure what it is.
Right. So, and the other thing in Ron, we just before this happened with the lava, in Kauai, we got hit with a historical rainfall that 100 million is going to Kauai, 25 is going to Oahu. Historical rainfall, like a hurricane came through and desecrated Kauai. But the media, the tourism and all, they don't want you to know, because the tourists are saying to me from Germany, oh, if my wife finds out about this, Valentine, we're not going to Kauai. I was just over, we're not going to the Big Island. I was in Kauai, and I saw these homes in the water being, flowing down the thing that just took it out, all this rainfall. It's a historic flood in Kauai. And they asked FEMA to come in to help them. And they said, oh, you have to have 167 structures in order for the help. And you have 161, and half of those 161 are covered by insurance, they said. So FEMA said they won't come in. And so the governor, Ng, is appealing it, saying, we need help over here. Why won't you help us?
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean?
Well, anything political is insane. But anyway, you also have the book that we talked about last time but it didn't come in yet. You were expecting it, but it hadn't arrived. So you want to show people the book and just remind them that it's available now?
Yes, I will. So it's called Warrior Men with Angel Wings. Can you see it well right there?
See it. Yeah, I can see it.
You see with the archangel there, sort of.
I can see the top of the book and the archangel.
Yeah, okay. And let me see if I have to go up higher or something for it.
I can't read. Well, I don't. You'd have to go even higher if there's more big letters on the bottom. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no. Yeah, well, there is, but it's called Stories of Love, Hope, Faith, Courage, and Angels. That's what it says on the bottom. At the top there, you can see Warrior Men with Angel Wings.
right.
Yeah.
So this goes along with it's the companion book of the Warrior Women with Angel Wings,
Yes.
both of which you've written.
Yes. Along with 25 international authors in the one with the women. Just so you know, there's 50 international authors between two books, Warrior Women with Angel Wings and Warrior Women.
Men.
Yeah, no, and Warrior Women with Angel Wings for the Soul. So they split the two books out because there's so much response with women that want to be in the books.
Oh, so there's two women books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was thinking it was one book. Okay.
No, there's two, and they split it in half. They don't want to put 50 authors in one. They split it into 25 because this is international now. It's like Chicken Soup for the Soul. Like Mark Victor Hansen, I worked with him personally. You know, I helped him out while he was, you know, and Jack Canfield is you know, bringing up, like, I don't know, he sold like 30 million books or something. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, they were bestsellers.
Bestsellers, yeah. But that's just in the U.S. This is international. These are people that want to have a voice about encouragement, inspiration, you know, stories of love, hope, faith, courage, and angels. You know, what their experiences were. That's why I went into the book. Before I do my own book, I want to be involved with things that can help unite people. And that's why I wanted to be, you know, involved. And they asked me to be involved, especially with the women. They were not going to put any men in, as I told you. Only someone who's balancing the feminine energy that they would allow in there.
Okay.
You know?
Do you know Calliope? I don't know how you say the name, but he's supposed to live in Hawaii too. And somebody recently said, you know, when I was mentioning, talking to somebody, one of my friends, about you and about Hawaii and everything, and they said, well, you know, Calliope is in Hawaii also. Do you know him?
I think Kalapapa, maybe you're talking
Well,
about.
I may be saying it. I may be butchering the name.
Yeah. Yeah, that does healing work and all. Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you're saying?
think so.
Yeah, yeah, they're the. Yes, I do know who you're speaking of. They're the elders and all that actually I work. You know, I'm involved with. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because that came up, and again, I apologize if I'm not saying the name right, which I'm sure is true.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I'm glad to see that your book is out.
Yeah.
Let's see. We were going to also talk about. I was had my friend from, I believe he's in California, contact me. And I'm not on that page now. Let me just see. I'll open the page quick and see if I can see. Francis Tansico is his name, and he wanted to know if there was anyone that I could recommend for the Flower of Life Peace Award that I won, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it is now. And that was something that came to me as a surprise. And I had also won the Heart of the Community Award. But in any case, I recommended Valentine because he said, do you know anybody that that might be worthy of getting the Peace Award? And I told him a little bit about your story about pitching the no-hitter when you were, I think, 12 years old.
Yes, 11, but that's okay.
Not just the no-hitter, but striking out all the batters you faced, which nobody in baseball history had ever done before.
Yes, 18
or
in a
since.
row. Well, no, 18 in a row because they go, well, how many was on the team? 18 in a row, not just one, all of them.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so you may or may not be getting that award. I have no idea how that works, and I have no control over it. But your story is one that I find fascinating, and so that's why I recommended you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ron. I really feel a real honor and a privilege, for help humanity even more. I felt really supercharged and very touched by that, opening with you and Francis, in that communication when you wrote over to me. I was very tickled and touched by that, to help other people and to look at your video, what the award really means. And when you talked about it, people could go to it to understand what the Flower of Life Award means of peace.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at my own video on that because I don't remember either. I very rarely go back and watch old videos. I keep them current maybe at the most a week, and then they're gone.
All right, so if they don't see your video, then they could go to the Flower of Life Peace Award with Francis, right?
Yeah, I imagine you can Google it and or do a web search and
yes.
find more about it. I mean, I don't know a lot either. I was just nominated and was selected, and maybe you will be too. I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you, just the honor of itself, of all the nominees coming together, just for us all, whoever was nominated, if we could unite our forces of light and help in the world and help humanity, then it's all worth it. That's the honor in itself, the joy of it.
Well, I'd like to see us be able to achieve peace on earth, but of course, that's hard when the people that claim to be the rulers in the planet realize that war is one of the most profitable businesses on earth. So everything is money oriented instead of oriented toward humanity. And it's so backwards. It's why is it that way? It doesn't add up to me, and I don't want to get off on that.
Right. Video. No, but I'm glad that you pointed that out and everything. But I'll tell you one thing: if you tell somebody Maria was in Catalina for her birthday, right, Marjana, and I go, well, I want to share something with you. What Ron, sent over about, from Francis. She goes, well, what? I go, it's a nomination for this award. Oh, you're going to leave me. You're going to Hollywood. I told you you're going to go to Hollywood. I'm not interested. They get all upset about what award? It's my birthday. What do you mean? You're leaving? You're leaving me? Where do you have to get the award at? I think I have to go to Colorado or California. I'm not sure.
I didn't go anywhere to get mine, I don't believe.
You sure?
I don't think I've ever even met the man that notified me.
Is that right?
I don't believe I ever did. If I did, I'm sorry, but I forgot. But by the way, you said about something about birthday or something.
Yes.
Aristo's birthday is June the 3rd, the same day as my youngest brother, who's the only living brother that I have now. But anyway, I just got word, Aristo sent me a message that his computer crashed. So I don't know. So he was going to make another video with me next Monday, but that's been canceled, I guess, now. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm available. I'll tell you why I said to download and everything. Should I tell you the next topic or wait till we get finished on this one? I mean, it's gonna be part 1, part 2. It might go up to part 10 when I tell you the title and all. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Well, again, I don't want titles that are books.
Well, let's talk about the fracture of families. Fractured of families I'm going to bring up on the next one, whenever you're ready, about fractured of families for inheritance. When you get an inheritance, people fracture their families over money. And I know.
Oh, I've seen it happen. I mean, when my parents died, I mean, some of my brothers and sisters, especially sisters, didn't want me to get anything, and I ended up not getting anything. And they wanted it for themselves. And I mean, I've seen it with other people that I know. It's insane. It's insane when there's money involved. Money is insanity. Money is a control system imposed to keep us enslaved.
Yep. Yes, that's why I talked about, getting our own Washington, no matter what we do, the printing. And that's why I felt that barter and trade was much more honest, because when I saw this paper and ink, like I said, you have a machine, you make money, and you enslave people. We'll make our own machines, and as to show the economy of really what's going on here. When I was in Europe, I mentioned about the kings and queens who are alive on there in living color. Ours are dead. Ours are, they're dead presidents on our currency, you know, and they have the triangle and God we trust. Well, who put that together?
Yeah, but the God that they trust is not the loving creator. It's the demon that's impersonating God.
There you go. There you go. Now you got it. Bingo.
That's why everything is inside out and upside down and ass backwards.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, what I really wanted to bring out, I'll tell you, they really are having, Hawaii does come together. Like you said, the communities are coming together to help out with this. People that stay tuned in, if they want to really find out what's going on in the Hawaiian Islands, I mean, they are concerned about a tsunami. They're not kidding around. I mean, they could look it up and all. I don't want to put people in fear, because when we had a hurricane come through, I went down in prayer, and the security and all the people at the hotels and all where I was up on the west side, these are huge macho men. They went running for the hills. And I went in the water and put my hands out and did prayer. And I felt the aftershock after I got out of there. I felt the shaking of the violence of what was going on in the water, when my feet and everything felt everything once I got out. But I headed for the water for prayer, made phone calls all over the island, say, please, will you pray for us that this passes through? And thank God it did, because we were expecting a lot of damage that was going to happen here in Maui, and we from a hurricane, you know, of high winds and everything, you know, like a tsunami coming at you. Yeah, it was like that. But prayer does work, you know, if you do join people together and ask. We're a little bit more protected between the islands on Maui, you know, between Kauai, the Big Island. They get hit first, Kauai first. That's where it's a really wide open gate there that it comes flooding through. And that's why we're talking $100 million worth of damage, Ron. That's just on one part of the island. You imagine? That's just, you know, the roads are disrupted. That much rain that it took out all the homes that were very, very high-end homes and vacation rentals, and people's homes were destroyed.
Yeah.
Carrying up out into the water.
You know, and it's funny, they have enough money to buy all the weapons and to do the wars and stuff, but they don't have enough money. Like, there's a hurricane that hit, or a storm that hit last summer, or maybe it might have been August or September. Yeah. And it knocked out a corner of a road that I drive on practically every day. And there's still a hole there. They've got cones around it so you don't drive in it, but they haven't fixed it. And some of the roads are so, you know, so torn up. And they patch them, and they don't fix the road. They just put patches in. Yeah. You would think. I don't know if it's that way in Hawaii, but it's that way here in Florida. No, yeah. Well, that's what they're doing right now. They're with the cranes and all the dirt, just to try to open up the road for people to come in, and the tourism, of course. You're probably not hearing about it too much, because that's why they said in Puna that they're not bringing this out and being a voice for us here in Big Island, because they have all these people coming in that have planned for a year or months in advance that want to come and be in Hawaii, you know, and of course it's a tourist state. Yeah, like Florida is in some respects. Except Hawaii is even more exotic. Well, what they're doing, even with the volcano going, they open up the national park, because the people are there in Hawaii already. Unless it's immediate, people want to watch the lava shooting out like the Statue of Liberty, 330 feet. This is the most exciting thing for them, for their life, that they're going to see this. And they'd rather take a chance with that and tell them that they could go and film and everything, because they're on the Big Island and they're seeing it live, and they're showing it to their families around the world.
right? So that's why the media and all don't want to down it or anything. It's saying, well, it's danger there, but it's not danger here. You can come here and watch. And the people have businesses and all and say, well, if you know, they get there and they do their business, they got their trucks ready at any moment. I noticed, you know, they say they got to leave, they got to leave. If the land's going to take it, the lava and the buildings like they did, that was 36 last week, Ron. I can imagine what it's up to now. And 27 homes and erects were other structures, buildings, lava. 2,000 what do you call it? The degrees is the lava, just melting.
That's really hot.
Yeah,
Melts rock.
Yeah, right. You know, it just iron. It just melts like candy. You know, and cars are blowing up and everything. I would think when I saw the cars,
excuse me,
someone come in and get some of these vehicles and stuff, but I think it was such danger that they had to let the lava take it, because otherwise they would have tried to get these cars out. You know, whatever's in its way, it's going to eat up.
Get it. Yeah. By the way, you have about 4 minutes or so to wrap things up. So,
okay.
So just give you a heads up there.
Okay, great. So yeah, so again, the you know, the blessing is, Ron, that, you know, we, like you said, every day, you know, we need to unite ourselves together and help each other outside of all these disasters, you know, put together, you know, whatever they can do to help each other, you know, with the farming, you know, organically if they can, you know, with the soils, you know, zero emissions. Electric's going towards the future. I'm talking to people with the Leafs. They have a car company and 500 people at the Fairmont. They came in and they said, hey, we want to talk to you, Tesla. And we went Tesla, you know, with the cars with electric. I'm going to get you in touch with some people there with Leaf, because I drove a Leaf over in Molokai for 4.5 months, electric. I don't want to drive anything else. Once you drive electric, Ron, you don't want to go back to gasoline. Never wanted to be in gasoline. That's why.
Well, we don't need the technology's been around for over 100 years.
Yeah.
To not need gasoline to power vehicles.
No.
That's not new technology.
No. And the thing is because they want to keep everything going.
It's a control system.
Exactly. Now, somebody else came up with something, Ron, where you don't even have to charge the electric. I think from Vietnam, it powers electric without you plugging in the car. It's completely on electric. You don't have to plug it in or anything. It runs on electric.
Wow.
Yeah, they have the technology, like you said.
Well, there's so much suppressed technology that would benefit humanity, but
yes.
But the people that run the show, all they care about is the bottom line. How much money's in it for us?
Yes.
It's so insane.
It is, Ron. It definitely is. And I'll tell you, we're really, really blessed. You know, people even through a volcano, Ron, I tell you, they're still happy. You know, they got another house. One has a house, and the other one doesn't. Goes, oh, we're packing up. We're getting out of the other home. We have another home there. Thank God you have a home to go to. The other people that are waiting 200 cars don't have a home. And they said 14 years they were there. They were always told that you don't build on a volcano. Now, would you, if you had the money and the resources, would you build on a volcano in the Big Island?
No.
Okay. So what does that
But then again, there's a lot of people that live here in Florida that this is a zone that if there was a tsunami, a lot of places would get wiped out. Perhaps the place where I'm living.
Yeah, see? So we have some very brave souls around the planet that are willing to go up against volcanoes and what you said in Florida, right? You know, that you could be wiped out at any moment. But yet we walk by faith and go, okay, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
But people are, I'll tell you, people are happy. Even during destruction, you would think, you know, of course you see the sadness, the grief, and the disbelief that this is happening. And then when the community came together to uplift them, you know, they're still in depression. You know, I mean, this is all they have. And the only thing
Right.
they went back for was their pictures or whatever they could get in their vehicles, their trucks. And then they said they'll try to let them go back once everything's safe to get things out. And
Wow.
some of them got it and some of them didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
loss.
A lot of
Anyway, we're going to need to wrap it up. And
Okay.
so thank you again,
Great.
Valentine. And
Wonderful.
we'll line up some more videos for the future.
Wonderful. Let's do
so-
that. And we send our blessings of rainbows here from Maui and from the hearts to connect all the hearts around the planet to bring our light together, our golden light, the purity. And so we send our diamonds of love to everyone.
Okay, well, thank you and namaste or aloha.
Aloha, brother.